Finally, I would like to introduce Rob Slarks, Chair of Concrete BC, Board Member of the Council of Construction Associations, and a Management Executive with Lehigh Hansen.
First of all, I'd like to thank Mike and the good folks here at BCCSA for hosting this great event. Maybe I can start off with just telling you a few things about myself. As he said, I sit as the chair for Concrete BC. I'm a member with the COCA group, and I've been with the Lehigh Hansen Ready Mix group for the last 31 years. I've had many positions there, logistics manager, operations manager, dispatcher, and the safety issues associated with concrete pumps have been a long, outstanding issue with our drivers. I have probably conducted, if I say hundreds of meetings, it's something like that with the drivers. And one of the number one issues that comes from the drivers is concrete pump safety. So, this is something that's been long and overdue, and our company fully supports this certification. I've been a member with the Concrete BC for 6 or so years, and when I started with them, we had a president back then named Frank Antonio, and he's with F&F Pumping. And years ago, when he was a young lad, he had a very serious accident with a pump. So he has firsthand knowledge of this, and unfortunately Frank couldn't make it, but his son is here, Alex. But he was a driving force for starting this with the pump committee. And at that time, Charles Kelly, who used to be the president of Concrete BC, that was one of our top mandates, is to drive through this concrete pump competency testing. I think this is probably the first time that you've ever seen an industry organization asked to be regulated. That says something about where we're at. Both COCA and the ICBA endorsed this proposition with WorkSafe to regulate mandatory certification. Our good friend, I see David just showed up, and thanks for that. We have come a long way since then, and I want to congratulate Mike and his staff for their work at this, and as well as Charles. And Charles is no longer with Concrete BC, but he's continued to work hard with Mike and their group to make this happen. Apart from the development and the resources, the construction industry has dedicated countless hours serving as volunteers and subject matter experts on pilot test sites. Two individuals that are part of the pump committee and are the co-chairs. One is Marcel Gittler and Tony Sutherland. They've given up numerous hours and time to make this happen. I want to thank them. This milestone event today is not the end of the process, but the beginning of a long journey to ensure that every concrete pump operator in British Columbia, with our construction industry partners, is that everyone is certified. Beyond this, we look forward to participating over the next few years in a regulatory review of WorkSafe BC of concrete pumping. This consultation process will include the review of the recent revised CSA Z151 and the requirements for operator qualifications. We appreciate the levels of WorkSafe BC in initiating the regulatory review. I also want to thank the compliment the concrete industry, our partners, our different concrete associations throughout Canada for promoting this and the certification and scheme throughout Canada. Concrete BC looks forward to promoting our concrete pump safety training and the CCPO program in partnership with the BCCSA and the whole of the BC construction industry. So thank you very much.